Good morning, everyone. I believe you all can hear me. I'm happy to be here back with you today, this Saturday morning. And this is our fifth workshop. So far, we've been able to take you through the first through the fourth. And I believe Mr. Tefa has done a good work to prepare you all for the task ahead. And I want to welcome you all this morning to the class. It's nice that we're seeing. I can see all your comments. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yeah, good morning to you from the studio at 3 Piece Media as well. Right before we get into the lecture this morning, it's important that we must maintain decorum in the comment section in as much as you want to ask your question or you want to make your remarks known. Do that with a sense of civility. And also, we must remind you that this is the fifth lecture you are having. And as we stated before time, that after your fifth lecture, you will be required to start sending in your reports, short reports, as news to our platform that will be communicated to you subsequently. So good morning to you all. Before I call in Mr. Tefa, do well to follow all our social media platforms, watch our videos, and also share to your people because the essence of your coming here is to grow the platform. Also, you must be reminded that there is an updated form for you to fill for your attendance. We understand that we've had so many people complain about your inability to register. It has been updated, and I would require that you do so immediately before you forget. So welcome once again. I'm happy that we're seeing a number of you here already, from Benue State, from Lagos, from different states. So thank you all for being here. And good morning to you also, Mr. Tefa. I believe you're ready, and our students are ready for you.
Okay. Good morning,
Yeah, good morning.
Dewale.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you very much. And good morning, trainees. Today session will focus on television news production. Television news production is very essential in mass communication since it has the characteristic of audio visual because you see what is happening and also hear the voices of those who participate in what happens around. How is television news being produced? There are a lot of factors to be considered in producing TV news. Apart from the professionalism of those involved in television news production, the type of equipment or tools required for producing the news matters a lot. Matter a lot to have such equipment. Equipment that would make news production very quality and professional must be taken into consideration. Since TV news requires audio visual, you need a video camera, you need a still camera, you need a microphone, you need a tripod. Basically, these are the equipment or tools required to enhance effective television news production from its beginning stage. The video camera is used for motion pictures. The still camera is used for still pictures. Then the mic is used for sound. You have different types of microphones. The outdoor microphones, indoor microphones. We have microphones that have different functions. First, we'll be looking at the cameras. Basically, there are 6 cameras that are used. But for the purpose of this session, we are going to focus on the ones required for television news production. The first is the uh, news gathering camera. There is a specific camera that journalists use for news gathering. It's very essential, and it has the capacity or capability of getting sharp and clean shots with powerful lenses. The studio camera are required for studio production. Studio cameras are kept in the studio. They are not moved from the studio, except in exceptional situations where the need for moving them out of the studio might arise, but they are constantly fixed in the studio, called studio cameras. And in some cases, the cameras are of teleprompter inclination. They have teleprompter cameras where the news reader or the presenter or the anchor can focus on it and be able to read what is being prepared to be read or the bulletin for the day without looking at the script placed before them. Then you have the camcorder, also known as the combination camera. It's a combination camera. The short name is camcorder. It's used, it's very portable. It combines the television camera, video, audio, and a synchronization pulse generator. The camera has this component. And then you have the digital uh, lens reflex, digital single lens reflex camera that is used in producing videos as well. These cameras are commonly used in news production, television news production. And for this to happen, the supporting tool for this is the tripod. The tripod is used to support this camera in certain news coverage. You may attain a function that may require the camera to be still. So the tripod supports the camera. You fix the camera on the tripod and allow it to be there as the program goes on. Maybe in the church service, as the pastor or the reverend father is delivering the service or mass. Instead of holding the camera on your shoulder for too long or your hands for too long, the tripod will be there. You fix and focus on the you focus on the priest or the reverend or the pastor that is delivering the service or mass. So once the events, maybe there may be some there may be some side attractions as need to move the camera to capture other activities. That is when it is one camera that is being used in a situation that is not multiple cameras. So you fix on the tripod and get the message properly, and the visuals will be obtained without the camera shaking. Tripods support cameras and prevent them from shaking unnecessarily. There are certain shots that are supposed to be still at all times, so the tripod helps to give you camera to give you shots that are not shaking, are stable shots. Very important, stable shots, very important in news production. And once this is achieved in getting this shot respectively, the 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 reporter must ensure that varieties of shots are obtained, because there are certain productions where the motion pictures may not be available, so the still picture takes place. That is why when you watch news, you discover that there are some reports where you only see still picture on the screen. Maybe the report is talking about the impact of the Inspector General of Police in crime fighting. Then you just see the picture of the Inspector General of Police on screen, while the narration or the reading or the voiceover will be going on, and while the picture appears there, or the commentary, as the case may be. So you won't see any motion picture, but only the still picture of the Inspector General of Police until the story ends. Or maybe it may not be a single still picture. They may be interchanging them. First still picture of the Inspector General of Police, maybe in his office. After some seconds, switches to another picture of the Inspector General of Police, maybe talking to some group of persons like that. So that is how, in some circumstances, it has been done, where the visuals may not necessarily be available, or for certain reasons, they may not be there to be displayed on screen. So still camera, motion camera, tripod, microphone are very important in the news gathering process. By the time these shots are obtained, the visuals are obtained, the still photographs are obtained, what is left is to write your voiceover, because definitely you are going to have a report. You need a voiceover to align with the story that you are reporting. If you have a voiceover, it will be synchronized with the visuals. There are various softwares that are used in achieving this. By the time you have done your videoing, you have gotten your rushes, another name for visuals obtained from camera for news production is called rushes. By the time you have gotten your rushes, it can be, you know, exported into the into the system if you are using a laptop for editing. And then if you have a phone that has editing software, the rushes can be, or the visuals can be edited. And then the voiceover can also be done with the advent of powerful uh, phones, Android phones and iPhones. Certain functions can be done without using the laptop or computer system. So you can use that to obtain the rushes, do the voiceover, edit and synchronize it. Now, in taking your shots, in doing your news coverage, there are certain things that must be understood appropriately, because after this session, you're supposed to start sending in your reports, the video reports, and other reports. The first thing to understand is, if you have to take any shot for your report, you need to know the type of shots that are required, because news production cannot be completed, cannot be complete, cannot be done professionally if the types of shots are not made known. For instance, if you are to cover an event in a Catholic church or any religious body or any organization, before you do that, there must be an establishment shot. Now, I have done a sketch. What you see here is a sketch of an establishment shot. If you are going to write a report about a function in a Catholic church, maybe St. Charles Catholic Church, Obudu in Cross River State, you want to give a report of a wedding that took place there or a religious function. Once you start, maybe the Catholic Women Organization conference held at St. Charles Catholic Church, Obudu. The establishment shot of this church is supposed to appear. People should see, the audience should see a signpost of St. Charles Catholic Church, Obudu, or should see the church building, because the story is built within these premises. So it is important that the establishment shot of the area which the story centers should reflect in the shots that will be obtained for the news writing, for the story. that is to be produced. So establishment shot is very important in your report. If you are writing about Obudu or Cross River State in general, what symbolizes Cross River State? What can appear in the visuals that will show that this is Cross River State? What is the identity of the area you are reporting? If you are talking about government house, there should be an establishment shot of government house showing the coat of arms. If you're talking about agriculture, there should be a shot indicating that you are talking about agriculture. The introductory shot should have a symbol of what the story centers on. It's very important that you do that because it gives believability, credibility that yes, this report is actually coming from this source. Just as you are talking about the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Once you start, the first shot should be his, his shot appearing, the picture of the president, the motion or still picture of the president appearing. President President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will today visit the IDP camps. As you mentioned his name, it is important that the picture reflects the still or motion picture. It is the establishment shot because the story is centered on that person or the premises which you have obtained that shot. Now, in producing such stories, talking about a particular area or community, you can also use, this is a high angle shot. If you can look at this properly, the camera is high. It's called high angle shot. Maybe your story is talking about the level of Wurukum market, how Wurukum market in Makodi is very, very unhealthy, how the environment is not kept neat. You can give the establishment shot of Wurukum market, and then you can also still get a high angle shot to show the level, to show how the Wurukum market is, the scope. It gives you the view of the area because it tells more message. It gives more information when you give a high angle shot of the area you're reporting. In most cases today, drones are used for high angle shot, because the tripod cannot be able to give you much of a high angle shot. Although the tripod has settings of 3 layers, you can put it layer 1, 2, 3, and take it very high to now get a high angle shot too. The tripod can also do that. But to get a more effective high angle shot, the drone is actually used these days to get high angle shot to booster the story, to make the story to be more impactful. So high angle shot comes in that way. But where the drone is not available, it can be improvised. You can use, maybe you can stand on something that is high to get the high angle shot. You can use your tripod, move it to the last setting and take it very high, tilt the camera and get the high angle shot for emphasis of the area, the surrounding where you are telling the story. And then in news gathering, in news coverage, you also have a wide angle shot. I mean, wide shot. This is wide shot, right? A wide shot. The wide shot gives the view of the surrounding area. It gives the view of the surrounding area. You are talking about the level of environmental factors affecting those in the rural areas. So you can give a wide angle shot of a rural setting. I mean, we are talking about a particular disease. So you have to give a wide shot of the area for the viewers to see, and then you can now move into the story properly. This is over the shoulder shot. Over the shoulder shot. Over the shoulder shot is mostly used in reports where the identity of the interviewee may not have to be revealed. Maybe you are interviewing somebody that is being raped, or somebody that might have gone through certain issues that the person's face is not needed to appear, or a minor when you are interviewing someone who is underage, it is not advisable for the person's face to appear on screen. So with over the shoulder shot like this other person is the interviewer and this is the interviewee here. So it shows the person's back. Over the shoulder shot shows the interviewer talking to the interview. So the person will be explaining what he or she went through, maybe a rape victim and then a minor and so on. So you must be aware of these shots. Why these shots are very important is to avoid going against the code of ethics and media law. Because once you interview minors in certain cases or expose the faces of victims of rapes, it's not appropriate to do that. So you must take note of that. And then the other is the close-up shot. Close-up shot. In news report or news writing, news gathering, news reporting, close-up shot is very important. When you're talking about a subject, you give a close-up shot of the subject so that people will see and know who you're talking about. Close-up shot gives the identity of the subject in the report. It gives the identity, it makes the viewer to see the person, okay, this is who is in the news, making the news. This is the place that is making the news. This is the subject that is making the news. So the close-up shot of what is required or what is involved in the news story would have to be there. And there is a extreme close-up. Extreme close-up. This is extreme close-up shot. There are certain news reports that requires extreme close-up shot. Maybe you are talking about a particular illness that affects the skin, or you're talking about a health condition someone is undergoing or someone is going through, and you show the close-up shot of the person. The extreme close-up shot of that person will reveal what is affecting the person, because a skin infection, skin disease, or any other deformation cannot be properly seen in a close up shot or wide shot or any of the shots I mentioned. But an extreme close up shot gives you the in-depth view of what affects the person. If the person has rashes or has other skin infection or certain deformation, the extreme close-up shot will give the audience to see and understand that really this person is actually suffering this thing, because maybe the report is soliciting support for somebody. The audiences must believe that actually the person that the report is appealing support for is going through such. So it is the close-up shot reviewing the nature of disease or illness or deformation that the person has that will make the audience to believe the story and say, oh, it's true, this person is actually sick. Look at how bad the skin is. Oh, look at what happened to the eyes. Look at how red the eyes are. Look at how bad they. But so it gives them it gives the audiences a clearer picture of what is going on and will make them to believe. So these shots are very essential to be taken note of when news gathering process is to be done. With the help of the Android phones, with the help of Android phones that are available, iPhones and other smartphones, it is easy to cover news. You don't necessarily need the cameras I mentioned. When you don't have them, you can use your phone to get certain stories. But media organizations make use of these cameras for their news gathering, writing, and production process. They make use of the studio camera, make use of the camcorder, make use of news gathering cameras, and they make use of the digital single lens reflex camera, depending on the location, the area, and when the need arises. So they have different types of cameras that are being used for news gathering and production purpose. So phones are also used, because there are some phones that their lenses are as sharp and powerful as some of these cameras. So the phones can also be used. And once you gather this, if you are using your phone for news or gathering, there are apps that help to compress the video. You can go to Play Store and you can ask video compressor. By the time you record on phone, the MB may be very high, or the gig may be very high, and before you upload, it will be too the size will be too big to be uploaded on certain platforms. So you will need software that will compress them. So you will need a compressor. Once you go to Play Store, you ask video compressor, they will come of many, there are of different types. You select the type you use, copy your video to the compressor, click on how you want it to be compressed. Is it small size but high definition, big, high definition, and all that? So you click and you compress. I've done coverages of 1.2 gig and compressed to 100 MB, 150 MB, and the brightness will still be there, the sharpness will still be there. And then there are other softwares too that can help in video editing. Video editing. You can install them on your phone as you get your report, because you will be submitting your report subsequently after this session. So you can download them, get your report, and once you get your visuals, your shots, you can now copy them or export them into the software, and then you begin to edit. You edit where you don't want, you cut, you cut. You know, there are software too that can do compression and editing. So you can check on Play Store to get them. So you begin to edit. And then voiceover, InShot. There's a software known as InShot and KineMaster. KineMaster. You use that for doing your voiceover so that you can synchronize it with the visuals that you have obtained from the report you'll be submitting. Once you get the shots, you know how to do the voiceover. The voiceover can only be done when you have obtained all the shots, all the visuals needed, or the audios needed before you can do a voiceover. The voiceover must reflect what has been obtained from the shots. We're talking about a particular conference held at St. Charles Catholic Church, Obudu, Cross River State. You have obtained an establishment shot of the church. You have taken cutaway shots of the Catholic Women Organization as they're entering the church, inside the church, and maybe other activities within the church. And maybe after the conference, you interviewed the leader or the woman leader of the Catholic Women Organization, who spoke and said some things about the development or the progress they have made so far. So by the time you are doing the voiceover, we have to, you do what is known as QA, voice on tape. Something is called voice on tape. That is, by the time you are doing the voiceover, it shows that an interview was done, that the Catholic Women Organization Conference held at St. Charles Catholic Church, Obudu, was a success as the women expressed happiness for the leadership of the church and their motivation to worshiping God and executing other Christian activities. The woman leader or the president or chairman of the Catholic Women Organization expressed happiness to the parish priest and maybe the church community for their support. Then once voice on tape will now be the interview conducted. You see the woman talking. Yes, we thank the church community, thank the priest for giving the CWO the necessary support to be able to achieve these things and all that. Then from there, you continue till you sign out. So these are essential in packaging your news report so that it will be able to give the message intensively. It will make the audience to believe what you're saying. Because when you say someone says something and the audience hear the person actually saying that, they will believe the story better than only the presenter or the reporter saying that the person said this or that. But when the shot of the interview or the audio of the interview is being included in the news report, it will bring a believability and credibility to the media organization. The microphones are very important because they help in bringing a sound. So before you go out for production, before a journalist goes out, you must understand that there are different types of microphones. You have the condenser microphone, you have the dynamic microphone, the ribbon microphone. And the microphones also are of different pickup sound capabilities. We have uni-dimensional microphone, we have a multi-dimensional microphone, bi-directional microphone, rather, bi-directional microphone, and then we have omni-directional microphone. The condenser microphone is used in studio because it picks sound. Even the slightest sound is being picked. It is used where a fainted noise is. Maybe if the sound is not loud enough, condenser microphone can pick even the smallest sound, the thinnest sound. It will pick even the sound that is not that loud, it will pick. So it's mostly used in studio to avoid external noise. That is why studios, radio and television studios have soundproof elements so that outside noise should not come in and the sound inside should not go out. So that no matter what is happening, because the microphones in these studios are very, very sensitive, that they can pick sound from any direction and it will distort or affect whatever program or report that is going on. So the microphones are mostly used in studio. Then dynamic microphones are microphones that are used in situations where there are where in a place that is very, very noisy for high sound equipment. So the dynamic microphones are required for that. So if a reporter is going to cover story in an environment that is that harsh with noise, dynamic microphone can be used for that coverage. That is why at times when you hear certain sounds, you see it will not be too audible or it will turn into noise because sound can become noise when it is not giving you what you want. It becomes noise. Somebody is telling you something that you don't want to hear or you don't like, it becomes noise. So sound can be unwanted sound is what is called noise. Any unwanted sound that you don't need at that time, it becomes noise. What is noise to you may not be noise to somebody because the person needs that sound. So in media, there are certain sounds that may be noise when the microphone is not in order. It's not the type of microphone that is required for that particular production. So in television news production, the microphone is very important because it helps to bring out the sound, to capture sound. So if the microphone is not in order, it will affect the audio of the production. And if the audio is being affected, what are people watching? What are the audience watching? When you watch something, you don't hear anybody talking or the sound is not clear, then what message will you pass to the people? It will not get to them appropriately. So the unidirectional mic picks sound from only one direction. If you put the mic on someone's face to talk, sir, well, what do you have to say about the event? The person talks, and then you bring it to your own server and you talk, you take it. That is a unidirectional mic. Have the pick sound from one direction. Then bidirectional mic, they pick sound from two directions. Maybe someone sitting the other side opposite of you can be communicating in a program where you talk and the person talks. The microphone can be uh, centralized, can be put at the center of the table or the desk for the discussion. And then the person talks, you talk. The person talk, you talk. And then you communicate, you ask questions, do the interview because it's bi-directional mic, picks sounds from two directions. And then you have the omnidirectional mic, it picks sound from all directions. Maybe you have a roundtable discussion where you have about four persons to talk. The microphone can be fixed in the middle, and then you see four persons sitting. And this one can talk, the microphone picks. Wherever you stay, you talk, the microphone picks. And whoever talks anywhere, the microphone picks. So once these type of microphones and cameras are being used,
It was, oh my God, it was bad. Oh. Light skin. Yeah, it seems we experienced network from your side, Mr. Tefa. Uh,
Back online.
okay, all right. So we'll take off from there.
All right. Yes. So once the a particular activity is to take place and you are there to do the coverage, you get to obtain news, you must take into cognizance these shots, the shots that I have mentioned, the microphones required to have you need to have a shoulder pack, a shoulder holder that clicks the camera to, and then you need to have a tripod, and then you need to have a hand support camera holder that you can put to hold the camera depending on the size. And one thing reporters should understand is that, or cameramen and reporters should understand is in news coverage, it is not appropriate to be panning your camera, to be panning. You know, panning is moving your camera like this, panning, you're panning it. So it is not professional to do that so that you, if something is happening, you pan to the other side, you keep panning. It makes the coverage uninteresting. You can do cut away shots. You take this shot, you pause, you take that shot, you pause, you take that shot, you pause, you take, when you're using one camera, so that during the process of editing, as the voice overflows, the shots can be synchronized, can be put together to form, to make up the story. So you don't have to pan. You don't have to be swinging your camera left, right, left, right, left, right unnecessarily. You know, there are exceptional situations where panning may be required, but it's not something to be done often, except if the situation demands that panning should be actually done. Otherwise, it's not appropriate for that to take place. So as you go out, you can do zoom in, you can zoom in, you can zoom out. Your camera can be in one place, and maybe the emphasis is being done about somebody. You can zoom and get a close-up shot. You know, when you zoom, in zooming, you can get close-up shot in zooming. You can still zoom to get extreme close-up shot when you zoom, and then you can zoom out completely and then still come to the original state the camera was in terms of the capturing. So the zoom in and zoom out feature helps to to focus on the subject matter in the report or in the coverage. And then it also gives, instead of giving boring shot, because once there is a single shot throughout, it makes the report boring or the coverage of the event boring. It's because of the switch from one shot to the other that makes a story interesting, because people believe in seeing things and believing than only hearing. You know, so once you focus on just one object and then you stay there, it will not be okay, because the audience are people who are curious. They want to know more. They want to believe this is true. And in the course of doing that, they see that, oh, this person too attended the event. Maybe a swearing in of the president or a function, Independence Day celebration, and you need to get as many shots as possible. You get dignitaries sitting, you capture there, try to get shots around. It helps to make your story to be very professional and powerful. Now, in voiceover, you know, speech development, how to talk. Voiceover is supposed to be supposed to be done in a way that it will be appealing. There are ways of doing that, and the broadcast English is different from the day-to-day English we speak. Because when you appear on screen, your English has to be polished. The way words are being pronounced should be different from the way they are being pronounced in our day-to-day way of communication. Because the stress pattern of words must be emphasized. When you are on screen, you don't have to make grammatical errors in your pronunciations. So there are applications on the mobile phone that help to pronounce words. You can just type. Some person will say divorce, some will say divorce. Understand? So these are errors that are not supposed to be made on screen. As a professional reporter, as a journalist, you're supposed to understand how words are being pronounced. You should check. You can Google that or download word pronunciation app so that any words that you don't understand the pronunciation, you can type on the app and click pronounce, and it will pronounce the words for you to understand how it is being pronounced. Because words are not pronounced, not all words are pronounced according to how they are written. The word may be written and the pronunciation will be quite different from how it is being written. So you must also do that. That will have to be self-study, because the issue of speech development has to come with self-study as well. The mobile device has made this easy for people who want to develop their communication skills. So you can just get to Google and then you can just type app, words pronunciation app, and then you see, or go to Play Store, you download. So any word that you find it difficult to pronounce, you can just type there and click pronounce, and it will pronounce the words for you. If you don't understand, you can click on a button that will slowly pronounce it for you so that you can get the stress pattern appropriately, because it will be very, very wrong to make grammatical errors on screen or to pronounce words wrongly on screen. So for you to appear professionally, you need to develop yourself. Like the presenter Adewale talks, he talks professionally. From the way he speaks, you understand it's someone who has gone through speech development, knows how to talk and knows the work professionally. And then you must learn that. Apart from the fact that you are taught, you need to constantly learn to develop these skills so that you'll be able to do well. Because television is about talking. So you have to talk to people, you have to communicate. And there are certain things that must be taken note of, like certain mannerism on screen. Maybe when you are talking, like scratching your face and rubbing your palms, uh, removing dirt from your nose, or scratching your ears while on screen is not an act that should be done when you appear on television. You should try to control that. Or when you're talking, just nodding your head, unnecessarily shaking your body, swinging, in the studio or on field. When you report, you have to be composed. You have to be composed. Certain things that you don't have to be smiling unnecessarily on screen, except in situations that require a nice smile to be given. You can be communicating, you can be giving news, you can be presenting news, and at some point you can give a smile. But when you make it the attitude of always smiling on screen, it's not okay. And then when you are giving a report, a sensational report, you have to control your emotions on screen. You are giving a report and you are crying, removing hanky and cleaning your tears. It's not professional. You have to, learn how to control your emotion. If you are given a report of an attack that happened and maybe thousands of people died, hundreds of people died, tens of people died, and you were touched by what you saw and giving the report, you started shedding tears or started crying. It's not professional to do that. So all these things must be understood so that your report will be presented professionally. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Tefa, for that wonderful lecture. I it's been wonderful so far listening to you, and I'm sure our students as well have benefited a lot from what you've given them today, talking about different technological gadgets that they will be required to use on their own and the different angles and illustrations as well was apt. And thank you for bringing that on board. I mean, this is quite comprehensive for them to learn, but I'm sure they are also learning in different ways and will also do some assignments themselves to make sure they up their own knowledge. So thank you so much for that. Now is the time to go through the question and answer session. I believe so many questions have been asked already, and I was wondering for those asking the questions, perhaps if they were listening and paying attention to get the needed things before asking the question. But now it's the we can go through them one after the other. Um, okay, so this is from okay, Ketura. Is it possible to use blur pictures instead of over the shoulder shots in case of rape?
Okay. Yeah, yes. Is it Ketura? Yes, Ketura. Thanks for the question. You are right. It's possible to use blur pictures in place of over the shoulder. You know, it's a way of trying to prevent the person's identity from being revealed. So if the face can be made to be blur or the entire body can be made to be blur, only the sound of the person will be heard. It is still okay. So it depends on the style the media organization want to use or the reporter will want to use, either to get and make it blur or to use over the shoulder. So you can use blur pictures instead of over the shoulder shots in the case of rape or minors or interviewing minors or as the case may be. I think it's okay.
All right, this next question is from Mohammed Sani. He asks, what is the difference between a wide shot, establishment shot, long shot, and aerial view?
All right, Sunny, thanks for the question. Wide shot and long shot are the same. Another name for wide shot is long shot. So wide shot is still as long shot. So I think I would take it as wide shot, establishment shot, and area view. All right. Wide shot, like I said, it gives you a larger picture of the subject matter. If you're talking about a particular institution, you give a wide shot of the institution. It covers a lot of building structures and the surroundings of the institution you are talking about. So wide shot gives a larger picture of the surrounding environment, including the subject matter in the report. That is what wide shot does. Then establishment shot, like I said, it gives is a kind of introductory shot. If you're talking about schools, a particular school, giving a report about a particular school, the establishment shot should either give the signpost of the institution, the gate of the institution, or the administrative block of the institution. This can be used as establishment shot before you begin to give in-depth story about the institution. Let people know and see, okay, yes, this is the school. You're talking about St. Michael's Catholic Church, or you're talking about St. Michael's College of Health Technology. So let people see a signboard indicating that this is the St. Michael College of Health Technology we're talking about before you begin to talk about the students' culture, the level of infrastructure, and other things. Then area shot or area view talks about an elevated high angle view. You're given an area view is an elevated view or high angle shot. That is what is. It gives you an overhead view of an area. In media organizations today have purchased drones that can get area views of any subject or any place they want to get. So that has made it possible than before using chopper or using cranes to get those shots. you can get it easy with the drone these days. Thank you.
All right, thank you for that, Mr. Tefa. We can move into the next question. All right, this is from Natasha. What type of report are we going to do? Is it video or audio? Is it interview method or another method?
Okay, thank you for this question. I would want you all to do a video and report for now, because I decided that the video training session, television news production sessions to be done, because the platform focuses more of video. The media platform focuses more on video. So the video aspect is very essential. Three-piece media, though, has video, radio, newspaper, and all that are in three-piece media. But the emphasis, as it is now, is for video. So you should do a video production, video news, can cover short stories, video stories, like what I have explained here. You can use the establishment shot pattern. You can also use a close up, extreme close up, depending on the type of story. You know, a high angle shot, wide shot, depending on the type of story you want to get. And then you can use blur pictures or over the shoulder shot, as the case may be, depending on the story you want to get. The essence of doing the assignment for video is to see your understanding, to see how you have understood what has been done so far, because it's very important before we can now move into the audio and then the news writing. News writing, how news should be written for uh, print or to be posted online. So we're going to touch all that too. Because from here we'll move to news writing. The next session we'll talk about news writing, the byline, the headlines, the lead, and all that. We'll focus on that, why the lead is important, types of lead. So go into that. So you'll be asked to do another assignment or on news writing strictly, which will not have to do with video or radio as it goes on. Thank you.
All right, thank you for that, Mr. Tefa. Here is from Girls. Sir, we were colonized by British. When it comes to voice over or reporting, is it okay to mix both American and British English? This is because I know some people who have noticed such.
Okay. Thank you very much, Garros. This is a very wonderful question that you have asked. A very lovely question. Um, it is not appropriate. It is not appropriate, and it is not professional to use both English in your writing or communication, because it it brings a mix up, and it doesn't give a kind of concise flow of your speech and writing or your written work. Program, the American uh, spelling of program is program. And then you see some person mixing the British program spelling of program. So you don't have to use them interchangeably. If you want to concentrate on one, you can concentrate on one. But media organizations focus on the British English because we are colonized by the British. So that is the English that is being used by most media organizations in Nigeria, both in written and spoken English. So it will not be right to use the both. If you must use the American English, then it should strictly be American English. If you are using British English, it should strictly be British English in your writing. Like I said before, if you're finding it difficult to get pronunciation of words, technology has made it very easy today. You can download speech development apps. You can download spelling app. You can download pronunciation apps, and then you copy words, and then to give you American words pronunciation and the British word pronunciation, such like era and era. They are correct, era and era. So it depends on which English you're speaking. That one will be wrong or right, era and era. So you have to go that. So the app will now give you how these words are pronounced, the type of pronunciation that is synonymous in the English or is inclined to British English, or the kind of pronunciation that is inclined to American English. And then in written English too, you see words that we tell you this is the American spelling, this is the British spelling, or this is what the wallet is an British way of selling it. Why the American, in most cases, they call it bill folder, bill folder. So that is how it is. So there are a lot of, differences that occur in this.
Yeah, very well. A lot of differences indeed, from pronunciation to spelling and different words as well. Thank you, Mr. Teka. We'll move on to the next question from Ruth. Can all these types of shorts be used in one news report? I believe Ruth is talking about different wide, short, establishments, and others.
Yes, okay. Thank you, Ruth. Uh, the short, it's not necessary that all the short must be used in one report. It depends on the type of report, because extreme close-up shots are not used anyhow in reports. They are used for emphasis. Like in movies, when you watch movies and you see extreme close-up shot in filmmaking, it talks about it shows the intensity of anger in a particular character. So maybe the character is frowning, angry, or emotionally, showing how the tears or the level of excitement. The extreme close-up gives the viewers the intensity of anger. You will see the wrinkles on the person's face. You see the mouth twisting, you see the eyebrow shaking, you see the face, you see the intensity of the anger on the person's face. So extreme close-up shots are mostly used for emphasis, and it's not all stories that may require extreme close-up shots. Some you may give shots from various angles, but it may not be extreme. Extreme close-up. Extreme close-up shot is not necessarily human beings. You can focus on objects too. Maybe you're talking about a gunshot, that's a stray bullet that hits somebody through a glass. So you can give an extreme close-up shot of the area where the bullet penetrated. So in some cases, extreme close-up shots are needed, although it's not all reports that extreme close-up shots are there. But establishment shot must be there in a report that you are giving. It must be there. It's an opening to the story, because you are giving a report about something. So let people see the establishment shot to show that yes, this is where you're talking about the police barrack. You're giving a report about the police station. There should be an establishment shot of a police station or a signboard of a police station, so that people will know that yes, you're talking about the police, talking about the DPO. You give an establishment shot of the police station. The next is the DPO in his office, or you're talking about the police station or DPO, whatever the case may be. So you have to do that.
All right, thank you for that. This next question is from Ejoga. Please, can you talk more on the microphone that is used by four people? I did not get.
All right. Before then, I talked about the microphones, their sound picking capabilities. I talked about the unidirectional microphone that picks sound from one direction. I talked about the bidirectional microphone that picks sounds from two directions only. Then the omnidirectional, OMNI, omnidirectional microphone that picks sounds from all direction. So even if you have 6 persons sitting together, even to have 8 persons sitting together on a round table, the microphone will be in the middle. Whoever talks, the microphone picks. So such microphones are used in a discussion where you may not need to provide 7 microphones for 7 people or 4 microphones for 7 people. So just having one at the center of the discussion can be able to perform the function effectively so that whoever talks, it captures.
All right, thank you for that, Mr. Tefa. This is from Precious Guru. Is an opportunity to cover a robbery attack, which of course might not be safe, and I end up not getting a clear picture. If I'm able to interview eyewitnesses, can I still send it as an authentic news?
All right. Thank you very much for the question, Precious. Like I said before, uh, you don't interview just one eyewitness. You interview 2 or 3 eyewitnesses, and they will give you a picture of what happened. Now, in a situation where you interview people and they talk, you are not the originator of the story. You interview people and they said what they saw. So whatever you report is based on what the eyewitnesses say because you weren't there when the robbery attack happened, but you have to be there to cover. Maybe by the time you went there to cover, the corpses might have been moved away, the bodies might have been moved away. You just saw the shattered places caused by gunshot or the people who are being robbed, the victims, and then you happen to interview those around and maybe the victims because if a robbery happens, people who are robbed, if they are still around, they can talk how it happened. Well, we were sleeping and the armed robbers came, broke the door, or they stopped our car, and the eyewitnesses will say what happened. Yes, okay, I sat there, or I mean, sit there, just see the car as they come, and people come up for bush. So whatever is being said, the audiences will watch the eyewitnesses talk, the victims talk as well. So it is considered an authentic story since it is coming from the horse's mouth, and you are not the person writing or making up the story. So I think it's okay by that.
All right, thank you for that, Mr. Tefa. Trying to get the next question from Mohammed Sani. He asks, is tilting or dolly allowed during TV news gathering?
Um, During television news gathering, like I say, when you do tilting, is when you want to get kind of a shot that you don't have the drone to capture. You can tilt. Tilt makes you to get a shot below. So you tilt something to get something. That means you are on upstairs and you want to cover people climbing the stairs. Definitely the camera will have to tilt to capture people climbing the stairs. You can't keep it straight and get the shot. So there are situations where the camera must tilt because you are up, people are climbing the stairs. You need to capture as they are moving up. So you tilt the camera to get the shot. You can dolly in and dolly out. It is okay to do that, but the whole process depends on the position because when you cannot zoom in some situations you can't zoom. So dolly means moving the whole camera. You move the camera closer, that is you dolly in. When you take the camera away, you dolly out. So if your lenses are not too sharp to zoom in and out, because there are some cameras that once you zoom it will become blur. So dolly in and dolly out helps to get clearer or brighter pictures. But than Zooming. So they are both allowed in news gathering.
All right, thank you for that, Mr. Tefa. And if I could make some clarifications to some of the questions being asked, um, they should understand that for now, most of the gadget that they're going to be using uh, will be their phones to use for the reporting. It's not a requirement that they must have a camera or sophisticated gadgets to make their reporting. So we should tailor the questions for the students and for you as well as the tutor answers towards that aspect. That's mostly it's going to be their phone, unless we have others that can afford to use their camera on their own. So I'll just move to the next question. Well, this is quite interesting. It says, from Grace, is mother tongue an excuse for wrong pronunciation?
Thank you, Grace. Yes, thanks for the question. Um, you see, being a reporter or on-screen personality comes with dedication, seriousness, and practice. You know, we have different cultures that different cultures or ethnic groups that have a different way of pronunciation or pronouncing words. You know, some we use L in place of R, and then the H in place of is it V or so. So the mother tongue interferes with the presentation. Like some will say radio, instead of saying radio, they will say ladio, and then the road. Some will say load, and they see all this thing happen. Relationship, they will say relationship because of the mother tongue interference. But this can be worked upon. It can be worked upon. It can develop. That's why I talk about speech development practice. You can practice to keep repeating words that you have that deficiency. If the deficiency of H or is there of R, you keep developing yourself. R, rat, road, and all that. You know, load. You talk about worry, and then you keep on practicing how you move your tongue and how you're able to pronounce these words. Then you keep on practicing. You can overcome that because in the media profession, especially to appear on screen, you have no excuse for making such errors. You know, there's a difference between intonation. You know, your intonation may not necessarily change because maybe if the Hausa person is talking on screen, you may know that yeah, this person is a Hausa man, but you will still hear clearly that the English is not. It's not a wrong one. Person speaks Polish and good English, but the intonation will indicate that this person is from particular origin. Maybe somebody from the United States talks on screen, somebody from Britain talks on screen, somebody from Ghana talks on screen, from Benue State, from Igbo, Cross River, and all that. There are instances where the intonation will be there, but you won't sense any grammatical error or wrong pronunciation. So, mother tongue is not supposed to interfere with a speech presentation if it is being worked on, if it is being developed. So there are software, like I said, that can help in speech development and practice, so that you will be eloquent when you appear on screen and speak professionally. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Mr. Tefa. I was going to add about the software as well. There's some text to speech a software that could help people in the right pronunciation. And of course, mother tongue is never an excuse for how you should pronounce things correctly when it comes to television production. It's been an engaging conversation so far, and I do appreciate the efforts with which you put into delivering the lecture with I'm particularly intrigued by the illustrations that we saw earlier with the different angles with which we can do a reporting. So thank you so much for this class today, Mr. Tefa. And I should remind that attendance has been attendance link is here at the comment section. You all should make sure to sign in the attendance, and also with the questions arising from when to submit your videos, your news, when to submit, how to submit, or what to focus on, you should go to your WhatsApp group that will be communicated in details. As well, for those that are not in the WhatsApp group, I would implore you to check your mails and write a mail to the organization, or there's a link as well. The WhatsApp link has also been shared in the comment section in the group. And before we uh, draw the conversation to a close today, it's important that you all continue to learn. Mr. Tefa has done, giving you the best background that you could ever ask for. I mean, this masterclass is what some people pay to study for 4 years, and we've seen Mr. Sefa give us in less than an hour, and we couldn't be more grateful for that. So, what would be required of you as students that are dedicated and proactive in their in their actions? It's very important that you build up on what has been given today by Mr. Tefa. Reward the video if you have to take up more information from it, and develop yours as well. Also, do well to follow us on all our social media platforms and our YouTube page. This is posted here on the screen right now, Ecstasy TV and Afro Connect TV. It's very important that you follow us to stay up to date with all that we are going to be sharing with you. And I believe we've come to the end of the conversation today. Thank you so much, Mr. Tefa, and we cannot wait to
Thank
see
you.
you next week as we continue the conversation on this. And thank you to all um, reporters. Well, I can call you that already because I'm sure you're gaining a lot of knowledge. So thank you all, and we cannot wait to start receiving your videos, your news, and what's going to be required of you to then the things we have to put in place to make sure that we get the best people out of this scheme. Thank you very much, and I wish everyone a very good day. Bye,
Thank you.
Mr. Secretary.